I'm Comrade Preye Ketebu Brown, Vice President on the board of the World Assembly of Youth. It's fantastic because anything that has to do with the young people has to do with versatility. Of course, you should be ready to have creative ideas, you should be ready to have innovative, approaches to the issue of peace in the plateau. And then young people are at the top of their game this period. This is the jet age, this is the digital age. It's the age of creative minds, and you have the best of creativity from young minds. So I believe that you are on track to get the best for society by working with young people on a project like this. To cause any social change, honestly, working with artists in such a project as this One Plateau project is your best bet, because social change is about the minds of the people in society. Change comes from within. As they say, from your heart, a man speaketh. So I want to see a situation where One Plateau is actually bringing together different talents, that will now communicate cohesion, unity, peace through their various artworks. Those who sing will come up with songs that would align with the concept. Those who paint will come up with paintings that, further pass the message and carry the message on to the larger society. So you are on point working with the media, working with entertainment, with artists, young ones and those who are already experienced in the theme. So One Plateau would go very, very far with young people. One Plateau would touch minds, would spread across the spectrum of society with artists. So when we put artists together, we bring young people together and we'll want to achieve social change, then I think that One Plateau would really, really, really serve, to show the value of stakeholder, engagement to achieve social change in society. I said the mind. If we can approach the issue of intolerance by reaching out to the minds of people, we would go a long way in changing perspectives, in changing negative suspicions and beliefs, and in also transforming, peace in our society from religious harmony. So I believe that the mind plays a major role, and the best access, the best window to the minds of people is through artworks. Be it music, be it literature, be it arts and crafts, it's through artwork. Your best bet is artwork, as far as I'm concerned. And then thereon, with that, you can achieve religious cohesion, religious harmony, and it will reduce to the barest minimum the frictions that happen between these major religious groups in our society. Okay, so I want to beckon on artists, I want to beckon on musicians, I want to beckon on lovers of art in whichever segment of the art world, which is so broad, to join this movement, to join this call, to join this crusade for peace on the plateau. I want to see this program, this project, the One Plateau project, as the ultimate platform that will springboard lasting peace on the plateau, that will be a best practice, a global best practice that we can share across our platforms to other countries and other nations where they face similar challenges. They should be able to pitch on One Plateau project and say, we will adapt this project and we would use this model, and it will actually bring forth results and it will help them wherever they go to. So I'm very hopeful that stakeholders will see this as an opportunity to once shed the sword, once and for all allow peace reign, once and for all submit themselves to peace, harmony, unity, and mutual coexistence with their brothers. Way to peace. One Plateau.